So right behind me is a duplex we've been working on for a few months and actually helping one of our mentees through this process. And I hope you remember we got lots of comments when we actually had to go through the eviction process and all those kind of crazy things that that kind of opened up this Pandora's box of this particular property. But now we're rounding the corner and we're about to wrap it up. The place was nasty and terrible and all full of all kinds of stuff. And so smelled like money, as I like to say. It smelled like nasty cat and yuckiness, and but we've been able to kind of walk through and work with the mentee a little bit and kind of help coach and kind of help them work through a little bit. And now it's absolutely beautiful, and it's about ready to get turned over to a new tenant and a new couple of tenants, because it is a duplex. And so it's all cleaned up and beautified, and I think you're going to really like it. You know, fear is a great paralyzer. It is just absolutely terrible, and it's we have this little acronym: false evidence appearing real. Right? A lot of times we get in our mindset, we get more afraid of the things that really aren't even a problem. And when you get into real estate investing, hey, you're going to have to overcome your fears. And that's really what we are at Branch. We kind of help coach and guide and kind of work you through that to provide you the confidence you need to work through the transaction. And I get told all the time, you know, Greg, I'd invest in real estate if I don't want to deal with tenants. Or did you actually have to evict those people? Or hey, what if they tear up the house? I mean, all these things, you're like, guys, come on, okay? They're just situations you just got to work through. It's not really a problem. You just work through the situation, you tackle it head on, and with a good mentor, you can do that and just kind of walk you through the process. That's exactly what we did here, right? My mentee and I got together, put our heads together, figured out what the money should be, got the property bought right, kind of understanding what we knew about the property and also preparing for some contingencies, and we just walked through it. So yeah, did we have to wait through the auction cycle? Yes. Did we have to evict the tenants? Yes. Was it nasty inside? Yes. All those things, but in the end, this mentee is going to have a great quality product they can feel really good about and provide a home for two nice little families for years and years to come, and provide that mentee a good return on their investment. They were able to kind of tackle their fear, work through the process, and not be stagnant and paralyzed by that thing we call fear. So where we are now is, hey, we're at the final stages of this turnover that we've been doing over the last little bit. And so let's take a look inside and see what we've got. So much different than when we first found it. If you remember the first video, there was a stripper pole in this room. So no stripper pole. Now it's been freshly painted, new flooring, and real clean, smells great. I think that the future tenants are gonna walk in and feel like this is gonna be home. Feels very inviting. You know, we made a few choices in here to kind of think through long-term management, and that's how I like to think. Maybe it's a little bit better to pay a little more but not have to replace it 4 or 5 years from now. And you know, when you're looking at the LVP flooring, get a little bit better upgrade there, get the waterproofing style and those kind of things, and just really think about that long-term maintenance and future turnovers. And now we've got a beautiful home that somebody's gonna come in and just really enjoy for many years. Natural light from the windows. We got the shades, the blinds closed now, but you can kind of get the idea. And nice tall ceilings in here. It's just a quaint little small 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom kind of unit. We did choose granite countertops to help with the long-term maintenance. Of course, new appliances, washer and dryer hookups were already there. We just kind of modernized those just a little bit. And of course, walking into the bathroom, there was some framing damage and other things, water damage on the floor and all that. All that's been remediated and rectified. And now you have a nice, clean, safe place for people to live, which is really my mantra. Always has been for the last 30 years. I don't need the Taj Mahal, swimming pool, and movie stars. I just need a safe, nice, clean place for people to live and raise their families. You know, we always teach our mentees that, hey, when you go into a deal, let's make sure we have multiple exit strategies. And I really like to have 4. And so it's been a kind of a debate with this particular mentee, like what are we gonna do once we're finished? And I think where we're, you know, because we could just kind of sell it like it is, we could have sold it before we even started and kind of wholesale the deal. We could rehab it and sell it, or we could put the tenants in it and we could hold it long term, or we could sell it after the fact as kind of a cash flowing investment property. And so lots of good exit strategies. I think at this point, what they're planning on doing is just go ahead and put the tenants in it and let it be part of their portfolio, which is a great strategy for them personally. If you're not quite ready to do a deal quite like this, or you don't know, don't have that kind of confidence, and hey, just come and take our quiz and let that quiz look at where you're at today, look at what your goals are, and kind of mirror that together, map it together, and say, hey, here's how you want to start out on your real estate investing journey. So come take that quiz today. Remember, you don't need everything figured out in the beginning. You just really need that next step. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, so take that step.